So what should a technical SEO audit include? So in this video, I will show you the screen from my blog, from my in-depth technical SEO audit tutorial guide, and will quickly, in general, tell you what aspects, what areas should you cover, you should cover in your technical SEO audit. So the first thing I always recommend doing is to do a manual review of your website. So you basically simply open the site and browse through it, see what it looks like, whether something is broken, whether something does not load. You do the same on your mobile device. And very often you will be able to notice some mistakes, some problems at this very, very early stage. Another thing that you should include in your SEO audit is the analysis of the data provided by SEO tools. So at a minimum, you should analyze what's in GSC, because if there are some serious problems such as penalty or security issues or problems with indexation, you will see that information in Google Search Console. So GSC. I also recommend checking Google Analytics. That it would harm you to check that. You should also check Google Crawl Stats Report to see how Google is crawling the site, whether there has been some problems recently, whether everything is running smoothly and fine. Okay, depending on the type of site, you may also take a look at other Webmaster tools such as Bing. If you are auditing for example, the Chinese website, then you may want to check, for example, Baidu Webmaster Tools. I always recommend pulling the site into Ahrefs or SEMrush and just looking at its visibility, at its links, what's the situation there. Another thing is mobile usability. You want to make sure that everything is running smoothly there. If there are some problems with the mobile version of the site, you will see that in Google Search Console. But of course, you don't always have access to GSC when you are auditing the site. So if you don't, then you should use the mobile-friendly test. There are tools that will let you analyze all the pages in bulk, because with that tool you can just basically pull up one page, home page, category page, and see its mobile responsiveness status. Another thing, of course, we're not getting into the details here because this entire guide has more than 20k words, or 30, I don't remember right now, but we are just touching the areas you should include in your technical SEO audit. PageSpeed insights, you always need to see, check the site with that tool and see what the tool is showing you, what are the scores, whether Core Web Vitals are passed or not. Next, compliance with Google quality guidelines. In most cases, you won't see those problems like sneaky redirects, keywords, stuffing, doorway pages, but they still happen. So you need to be aware of what Google is paying attention to, and you should include that in your SEO report as well. And the biggest part of technical SEO audit is probably the crawling, indexing, and rendering part. So you want to make sure that the site is indexable and crawlable, that the pages that should be indexed are actually indexed, are actually crawlable. You also need to check the rendered version of the site, whether it renders correctly, that all the links are visible. Next, you want to take a look at Robots.txt, make sure that everything is okay, that the file is not blocking what it shouldn't be blocking, or that it is not used for blocking the site from indexing, which is a huge mistake. Next. Robots meta tag, again, you want to make sure that if there are no indexable sites, pages with a no index tag, that this has been done on purpose, that like this is not a weird mistake. The same with X robots tags. This is a different way of letting Google know that a specific page should or should not be indexed. So you need to make sure that the directives given in them are not like contradicting one another. Rendering, this I said, XML sitemap. This is again an important part of technical SEO. So you want to check if the site has a sitemap, if the sitemap is okay. If the page is submitted in the sitemap, return 200, because the sitemap should not have no indexable redirected pages. So it's your job to check that. What's next? Language versions. So if you are dealing with if you're auditing a multi-language site, you need to make sure that hreflang tags are implemented and are implemented correctly, of course. What else? Internal linking. This is again huge thing for SEO, for technical SEO. You want to see if internal linking is used in any meaningful way, if the correct anchor text is used, if that there are no like read more, continue reading types of links on the site. What else? What else do we have here? So low value links, what I just said, website structure. You can use Sidewalk or Screaming Frog to help you visualize the crawler path so that you can see whether the structure of the site is kind of SEO friendly or not. So this is an old one, but this is the structure of my site. So I did my best to make it as easy and clear to Google as possible. It is not uncommon to see this graph be like gigantic with a lot of dead ends, for example, in the form of non-indexable pages or like orphan pages and stuff like that. So you need to analyze the structure as well. Breadcrumbs are an important part of internal linking. You want to make sure that they're used correctly and they are marked with breadcrumb schema. Next, navigation. You want to make sure that navigation serves its purpose. The most important pages should be linked from navigation, and they should be linked in form of text links. External links. If the site has a lot of external links, you want to check if the site maybe is part of a PBN or if these are affiliate links. You should follow them, although with affiliate links, I think Google is kind of getting better and understands that this is an affiliate link and there's no need to punish the site for having affiliate links. But any kind of sponsored links should be marked as sponsored or no followed, at least according to the Google guidelines, right? URL addresses, the same story. You want them to be to contain the keywords. You want them to be unique. You want to make sure there are no parameters which do not influence the content that's on the URL. Of course, if the site has URLs which are not like the friendliest in the world, but they rank, you don't want to recommend changing them, because this will be a new page for Google and it may not rank as well as this one is ranking. Redirects, want to check if there are redirects, if they are implemented correctly, if there are some redirect chains. Maybe all internal links or some are going through like 5 redirects. That shouldn't be the case. It's your job to check if that's happening and to recommend fixing that. Let me check status codes. So again, are there 404 pages? If there are, how many? Are they like important? Are they like old resources linked to 10 years ago, or are these like new pages that used to rank or even rank still, but kind of now return 404? Again, your job to check this. Error page, does it return 404 code? This is what it should do. Duplication, there is no such thing as a duplicate content penalty. But if there is duplicate content on the site, then Google will have to make a choice which piece of content to rank highly, or you will be competing with yourself. You won't be like collecting all the signals, external signals into one page, but it will be split into multiple pages, and none of them will rank as good as if it was just one page about that. So in that case, duplication is important. Cannibalization, this is like kind of one in another. Of course, duplication also includes like having the site available in www versus non-www, HTTPS, HTTP. With these, Google is, I think, kind of gets it, even if you don't have those redirects. But of course, you should. Let me check what else is there. Canonicalization, want to make sure that the site uses canonical links, and if it uses them, they're used correctly, because if they're not used correctly, the site may not rank at all or may not have some pages indexed. So your job is to investigate that. Title tags, one of the most important on-page elements. You want to make sure that they're unique, they're not cannibalizing one another, they actually contain keywords. Maybe this is the territory less of a technical SEO, but I still include that in my technical SEO audit because it's not difficult for me to just like pull this information from a crawler. And if I see some problems there, to report that in my technical SEO audits, because this may be, especially with titles, this may be like life-changing for the site if the titles are like all over the place and if we fix them. The same story with meta descriptions, of course. Meta descriptions, headings, again, are there headings? Are they corrupt? What's their structure? Are they used correctly? Are there H1 tags, or there are like 5 H1 tags or no headings at all? Check this out. Include it in your SEO audits. Graphic elements. Are the graphics optimized? Are the graphics unique? Do the graphics use alt text? Are we thinking about accessibility here, or are we ignoring it, thinking that I don't know what? So check this out. Content, again, we want to make sure that there aren't like 5 identical pages on the site, because it may cause problems with rankings of those pages. A technical look at keywords. If the site is optimized for SEO, we want to check if this is like optimized in the correct way, because, for example, I have recently audited a site which was SEO, it was optimized for SEO, but it was optimized in a very, very bad way. Like practically all pages were trying to target the same exact keywords. So like 500 pages targeting the same keywords. And as a result, none of those pages ranked for anything meaningful. So that's something you want to check. And again, structured data schema, at least basic schema, should be should be available on the site, FAQ schema if the site has FAQs, at least this organization article types of schema, if possible, as same as. This can really help a lot, even though this is not like a ranking factor. Website speed, so if you want to check in bulk, you can use Sitebulb or Screaming Frog to check all the pages in bulk for speed. What else? Mixed content, the same. Server log analysis. You can do that. You can just look at Google crawl stats report and see what's there. If the site if the site is a WordPress site, you also want to see what's there. Are there too many plugins? Is there a caching plugin? Is there an SEO plugin? Are there plugins which aren't used? Are there outdated plugins? Is there a security plugin? Is there just at least a basic layer of security on the site? And EAT. Finally, EAT. You also want to take a look at the site from the viewpoint of EAT, which is usually like on this most basic level. Do we have the names of the author? Do we have contact information? Do we have an about page? Do we have author bios, author names, like some credentials of the authors? Or we can go deeper with all these things that Google recommends in their product reviews blog posts, which I also recommend reading, and that's more or less it. So my technical SEO checklist currently has more than, I think, 200 steps. And I think only with going in such a depth and going beyond that technical SEO, even though we call it a technical SEO, we can like discover what's really going on. We can discover those quick SEO wins. We can discover hidden issues that are not like easily seen at first glance, only after hours of digging. So I think that's it. This is more or less what you should include in a technical SEO audit. And if you need a technical SEO audit, feel free to reach out to me at olga@seoslide.com and I'll be happy to help you. Thanks